A game that was recently announced for the PSVR was a game called Catan. Catan is a tabletop game that originated in Germany. It managed to find success around the world and has sold millions of copies since its release. I've never played a game like this in VR, so I was really excited to check this one out. So, is Catan VR any good? Catan VR is a tabletop VR game that has you sitting down and playing the popular game with either AI or online players. The aim of the game is to get 10 or more victory points. These victory points can be obtained by doing specific things, like creating more cities and settlements. Settlements are the things you set at the beginning of the game around the board. You're given 2 to place in between the spaces on the board, along with 2 road pieces to place. But the roads have to be connected to either other roads or your settlements. The space on the boards contain items. When the space is triggered, it will give players the items it contains. Each space has a number, and the space will be triggered if the dice that the player rolls lands on that number. If you have roads, settlements, or cities touching the side of that space that is activated, you will receive that item. You can build new settlements, roads, cities, and other objects with the items you collect. You can also trade with more players or the bank to get items you need. That might be too much information to take in, and it was for me when I first played it. But after 2 or 3 rounds of the game, it all started to make sense. It's a pretty unique concept and was really fun to play, especially with other players online. You can play with up to 4 players at once, and the game has cross-platform play. So you can play with people playing on Oculus Go, Rift, HTC Vive, and Windows Mixed Reality. And luckily, because of cross-platform, I found it very easy to find a game online. For the few times I've tried it so far, I was able to find a game instantly. So overall, Catan is awesome. This is the perfect example of how to translate a board game or tabletop game into VR. The gameplay is really fun, and the online multiplayer will have me coming back to it again and again. I highly recommend Catan if you're into these kinds of games.